Hey, welcome to today's Daily Dose. We're getting pretty high tech here. We have signage now, so I don't know. I think that's pretty permanent as far as our signage goes. So anyway, Daily Dose seems to be sticking so far. So thank you so much for watching, commenting, sharing, all that kind of fun stuff. Hope you're continuing to get value out of these. They're becoming more fun for me to do, so I enjoy it. And I enjoy the feedback that I'm getting of some of the stuff that people have used and it's really helped them, or they've shared it with somebody that it's really helped. So today I want to talk about effective communication in a digital world. It's so easy for us to communicate with each other and in so many different avenues and mediums. I mean, we have email, we have texting, we have Facebook and messaging and Snapchat and all this kind of stuff that we can communicate with each other. But what we have to be careful about is how our communications are interpreted. And I know I sometimes forget this, because think about when we send a text message, we might mean one thing, but that person might interpret it differently. And so why is that? Well, people are going to interpret the message based on how they're feeling, based on what their state, or based on what state they're in at that time. So you have to be really careful. And the first thing to think about when sending any form of message nowadays, it's digital, not face-to-face or a phone call, is what's the outcome you're trying to achieve? And by thinking of the outcome you're trying to achieve, it'll better help you write that message. So think of the outcome that you're trying to achieve, and then think about how they're going to interpret it. So if somebody's in a really bad state and they're mad and you're trying to help them, or you're trying to get some work goal accomplished or whatever, think about how they're going to interpret the way that you've written that message, and then tie that back in with your outcome. And if those two aren't meshing, if it's not going to help you achieve your outcome, then you probably need to change that messaging a little bit. So really pay attention to what those things are in today's world of digital communication. And then the second thing that I'll mention is think about this when you're receiving communication as well, because most people won't think about what I just talked about. So when somebody sends you a message, they're not thinking about how you feel and how you're going to interpret it. They're just saying whatever it is that they want. So be careful about how you interpret other people's messages. It's so easy today for things to kind of take this downward spiral in communication if we're not careful. I mean, if you're in a bad state and you read somebody's message, you could read into it improperly, and you could think that they're being mean or being harsh or irrational or whatever. So be careful about how you're reading messages and what state you're in. So thank you so much for watching today. The awesome Daily Dose signage is whatever. Anyway, thank you guys so much. I really appreciate it. Have an excellent weekend if you're watching this live.